Well, it's official. New footage release shows that snipers may have intentionally ignored Thomas Crooks, the Trump assassin, and the FBI is now trying to cover it all up. We're talking about this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and it seems like the attempted assassination of Trump was a missed opportunity for the intelligence agencies. Now, it's officially a cover-up. Secret Service rejects FOIA request for Trump assassination records. Here's what they have to say. The Secret Service rejected a FOIA request for records related to the attempted assassination against President Donald Trump. Would-be assassin Thomas Crooks, 20 years old, managed to evade state, local, and federal law enforcement officers, climb on a roof, and take 8 shots at President Trump during his Butler, Pennsylvania rally on July 13th. A bullet grazed President Trump's ear after he turned his head at the last second to read a chart on illegal immigration. Conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch filed 3 FOIA requests seeking records related to the assassination attempt, and the agency refused to produce the documents. Judicial Watch said it was preparing for litigation. Judicial Watch announced today that the United States Secret Service completely denied multiple Judicial Watch freedom requests for documents about the assassination attempt on former President Trump. On July 16th, they filed 3 comprehensive requests. The Secret Service refused to produce not one record in response. The Biden Secret Service is in a cover-up mode on its inexcusable and epic failure to protect former President Trump and other innocents, said Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. For Secret Service leaders to promise transparency to Congress while hiding every possible FOIA record from the American people in yet another indictment of his corrupt and failing agency. Now, to go on to record, there's new footage that was just released showing just how badly he was visible, the assassin, and how much he was ignored. Check this out. Look at that.
The world will see a vibrant Republican.
Look at that. Wow. Now you're going to tell me that snipers, you can see that directly from a camera behind Trump, and snipers at an advantage position, we're not able to take him out? Look, to me, this footage is damning and shows the inevitable. This assassin, well, he knew exactly what he was doing, and it's just a little too late. Our next story comes out that this is huge. President Trump even goes viral, published a social media post that linked Ray and the FBI to his assassination attempt. Less than 3 weeks ago, President Donald Trump barely survived an attempted assassination. President Trump and 2 other supporters were injured, as one was killed. Since the time, the media has swept this historic event under the rug, and there is now evidence that the security team assigned to his rally were lackluster at best or even worse. We know that the Secret Service would not allow communications with local police prior to the shooting. Goes on to say here, on Tuesday, President Trump retruthed a post on Truth Social that suggests that the FBI director may have been in on the assassination plot. The photo of FBI Director Chris Wray reads, "What did you know and when did you know about it? Read Truth if you want to know who ordered the assassination of Donald Trump." And he would like to know. And I do think that it was an inside job. There's, I don't know if this guy was an actual informant, but I do think he was probably coaxed into it by an agent and they allowed this to happen. There's no other explanation, and I don't care if you call me a conspiracy theorist. It's just the truth. That's exactly where I'm at. Well, Joe Rogan not only went there about Joe Biden, he's been raising some serious alarms about Joe Biden's height after COVID and whether or not Donald Trump can actually win the election now that Kamala Harris has the full regime support behind her. Joe Biden's recent COVID diagnosis has ignited a storm of speculation. The latest to weigh in on the matter is none other than Joe Rogan, who has raised some eyebrows, raising questions about Biden's height following his apparent disappearance from public view. Earlier this month, Biden announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19 and would be isolating as he recovered. It goes on to say here that Brett Baer and Dana Perino had openly called for proof of life. But Perino added, right, they didn't even release a White House still photograph. Now, the official narrative was that Joe Biden's trip was cut short due to him testing positive for COVID-19. Biden did not even wear a mask. President Biden tells reporters that he's feeling good as he leaves Las Vegas after his COVID diagnosis. An anonymous source close to a Las Vegas metro claimed the U.S. Secret Service had informed them of an emergency situation. Then mysteriously, there was a stand down. Now it comes down that later it came out that he was taller, even walking differently. Now, if you go down in this article, which is extremely long and a bit longer than might be necessary, the officers working the president's detail describe a massive response effort to get Biden out of town as fast and as safe as possible. It seemed too drastic for COVID-19. Now, if you go down here on the sources, It looks like Biden actually had a transient ischemic attack and something else occurred. Now, Joe Rogan has joined the chorus, diving deep into the mystery with guest Michael Malice on his podcast. Rogan and Malice scrutinized footage of Biden walking compared to other appearances, claiming that there appeared to be significant differences in height and gait. You think there's a body double? The guy walked very differently than Biden. He's a lot taller. It's on Scott Adams' Twitter. You saw that. I'm like, am I Alex Jonesing today? No, he's a lot taller, Joe Rogan said. Watch, Joe Rogan raises serious questions. You can watch the video there at thegatewaypundit.com. Now, an interesting video we have here is apparently where's contention. As supporters walk out of a Kamala Harris rally after she starts speaking, they only showed up to watch Megan Thee Stallion. We have the video directly here. Now, I think that's dishonest reporting. I don't personally think that the people were really like all exiting. That's just a few people. That's pretty common at any live event. So I disagree with the reporting on this issue. I think Kamala Harris does have more support than people think, and she's using celebrities to garnish it. I don't think it's natural. I think it's regime appointed, but that's just what this report says. Now, our last story today comes from thegatewaypundit.com that acting Secret Service director loses composure, plays victim as Senator Hawley grills him over attempted Trump assassination. Your Secret Service was unfairly persecuted. Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe testified before the Senate Judiciary and Senate Homeland Security Committees on Tuesday in a joint hearing on the assassination attempt of President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. During the hearing, he said that it was unfair persecution to relieve officials who were responsible for the breakdown of security at the Trump Butler rally where President Trump was shot and another man was murdered. So now the Secret Service wants you to feel bad for them for the breakdown of security at the Trump rally after we see that it was not just a lapse of judgment. It seems like there was some sort of an inside connection. We hope those facts and details come out, but it's too strange to even be fiction. My name is Elijah Schaffer. Thank you for watching the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Have a great rest of the week as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.